Hey everyone, welcome back. In this video tutorial, I'm gonna start working on a new proximity and ambient light sensor, that is VCNL4010. Now to gain more knowledge about this sensor and to know more about this sensor, what it is, let's have a look over the website we are referring, that's webcontroleverything.com, and here we have to search for the required sensor, that is VCNL4010. So we have, it's a proximity and ambient light sensor with infrared emitter, and you can see some of its features, and you can also purchase it from here as you see. So I'm gonna interface the sensor VCNL4010 with the Raspberry Pi and a Java code, and for that I require the Java code. So it's a resource tab and you can see the Java code sample here. You can click over here and from here you can download as a zip file from here. Also you can have the privilege to download the code from github.com, and the repository there is Control Everything Community. Now what we require is to collect some hardware connections and make setup. Let's have it. Now in the hardware requirements, first of all the requirement is of our sensor, that is proximity and ambient light sensor VCNL4010, and this here is our Raspberry Pi. As you can see, these are the GPIO pins of the Pi. Now the next thing we require is an I2C shield. The reason I'm mentioning this shield is to make connections with other I2C devices, and that job should be a lot easier. So gently place the I2C shield over the GPIO pins of the Raspberry Pi and make a connection. Now this here is a connecting cable. This is the binding factor to make a connection among the sensor and the shield, and a rule has to be applied that the ground terminal of the sensor should be connected to the brown wire of the cable, and similarly for the I2C shield also. Now we need to power up our Raspberry Pi, and here we need a micro USB cable just like this and gently insert it over the power jack. The last part is to make an internet connection, and for that we have two ways. The first way is an Ethernet cable or a LAN cable in common language. Now gently put it over the Ethernet jack. Next, if we don't have the first part, we can go for a wireless nano USB adapter. Now this is very useful sometimes. So we are done with the hardware connections. Now what we require is our code so that we can have an interfacing and the working of this sensor. Now to show the interfacing of the sensor with the Raspberry Pi and a Java code, we know the Java code to how to get, and for that we have to go to github.com, and here we have to search for the repository, that is Control Everything Community. Now log in here and here search for the sensor. As you can see, it's a VCNL4010. Now this is the Java code we will like to explore, but before that let's have a look over the instructions we need to follow. It says that we have to download and install Pi4j library on the Raspberry Pi, and this link pi4j.com is the key to install the library. Please note it down, all the relevant information provided on this link, and gently install the library. Now get back to the code, but before that we can have a view over the commands. It's compile the code and this to run the code. Note it down. Now this is our Java code. As you can see, it's a .java extension file, and we have imported some of the libraries from the Pi4j, as you can see, for the functionalities, and we have created a public class VCNL4010. Now we have bus.getDevice so that we can have the address of the sensor, that is 0x13. Now in the writing section part, we have selected command register having address 0x80, and we have sent the command to enable ALS and proximity measurement LP oscillator having address 0xFF. Now in the second command, we are selecting proximity rate register having address 0x82, and we are sending 1.95 proximity measurements per second having address 0x00. The last writing command is to select ALS register, and the command we are sending here is continuous conversion mode having a ALS rate 2 samples per second, and the command is here. So we are done with the writing part. Now we are reading 4 bytes of data from the address 0x85. As you can see, it's a luminance and proximity data, and after that we are converting the data using the formulas we have seen in the datasheet for the sensor VCNL4010. At the very end of our output code, we have the output data to be the screen on the display. As you can see, ambient light luminance in lux and proximity of the device. As you can see, it's a very generalized code at the very end till the end. Now what we require is to show the working, the practicality of this code. Let's show it. Well, the interesting part is here, that's the working of this code. So first of all, copy this entire Java code as you can see on my screen and open up the Raspberry Pi terminal we have connected through the internet using two modes via Ethernet cable, or you can use a wireless USB nano adapter. Now here create a new file vcnl4010.java extension as you can see, and paste the entire code here and save it. Now this is the command to compile the code as you can see on my screen, and here we go, the code is being compiled. It's done. Now this is the command to run the code as you can see on my screen, and we can have the data for ambient light luminance and proximity of the device. And as you can see, there is a very minute change, but when I bring some object over the sensor and run the command, you can see there is a change in ambient light luminance and the proximity of the device. Now again I do that, you can see the ambient light luminance and the proximity of the device. As you can see, it's decreasing, the light luminance, and the proximity of the device is increasing. It means the object is too much near to the sensor. It's an infrared sensor as you can see for the proximity. Now when I place some light source near the sensor and run the command, you can see there is a high jump in the ambient light luminance, and in the proximity of the device there is a change. Now when I bring very close the light source near the sensor, as you can see ambient light luminance and the proximity of the device again increases. So this is how the Java code works for the sensor VCNL4010. Now what we require is to show the applications and the benefits and the features of the sensor and why we use it. The VCNL4010 is a fully integrated proximity and ambient light sensor. Fully integrated means that the infrared emitter is included in the package. It has 16-bit resolution. It includes a signal processing IC and features standard I2C communication interface. It features an interrupt function. Due to these features, it's applicable for a lot of applications such as proximity sensor for mobile devices, example smartphones, touch phones, PDA, GPS for touchscreen locking, power saving, etc. Integrated ambient light function for display, keypad, control, contrast and dimming of mobile devices. Proximity optical switches for consumer computing and industrial devices and displays, and a lot many. Now you can purchase the sensor from the website controleverything.com as you can see, and you can have the code from the resource tab. After that you can download it as a zip file. You can also have the code from github.com, and the repository there is Control Everything community. In the end, I would just like to make it clear that in case if you have any further queries, you can reach us on controleverything.com, and be sure to post your comments on the community page. For blogs, articles which are relevant to this sensor, this video, you can have a look over instructables.com, and to subscribe more video tutorials like this, go to our YouTube channel. In the end, again, I wish I hope you enjoyed this video and have a good one yourself. Thanks a lot for watching.